Hello, my lovelies. It's Cupid. And today we are going to do a story time. And as my Ask Me Anything video, which is a video that I kind of just threw together and thought, oh, maybe this might be good, has actually reached over 100 views. And none of our other videos have gotten that many views. So that's the most views we've gotten so far, which is kind of awesome. So thank you guys for enjoying that and watching that. But yeah, I think it's kind of crazy because I kind of just threw that one together and thought, oh, I might as well just this be something I could do. But you guys seem to really enjoy that. So and most of it is just me telling stories. So I thought I would do one long drawn out story time for you guys and see if you like it. And of course, many of what I admitted to or what I just said in the Ask Me Anything had a lot to do about boys. And of course, me being Cupid, I haven't really done much about boys yet. I mean, I've done a couple things here and there, but it's a real shame that I haven't done anything about boys yet. So this is going to be the story of my first kiss, which was a disappointment. As I'm sure most first kisses are for many, many people. But, so yeah, I guess I'll start the story from the very beginning. There was this boy in my math class, and I didn't really take much notice of him until one of my friends kind of pointed him out to me and was like, oh yeah, I went to school with him. I used to have a crush on him, but we kind of dated, but we didn't, because it's sixth grade. Sixth grade relationships don't count. And by the time this is happening, we're in seventh grade, and so he was in my seventh grade pre-algebra class with me, and I looked at him and I was like, oh yeah, I know him. He's in my pre-algebra class. He's kind of cute. And then I started to get to know him and talk to him, and we became friends. And then very quickly that turned very flirtatious. And then one day he asked me to be his girlfriend over text message. And I said yes, because why wouldn't I? And so he and I dated for a little while. And this is my first boyfriend ever. Ever. I had 5th and 6th grade boyfriends who were boyfriends, but back then when you dated, you're just basically acknowledging the fact that you guys liked each other. You weren't really dating. This was my first boyfriend. This was the first guy I actually went out on a date with. So this was starting to get real. It wasn't serious, because what kind of serious relationship can you have in 7th grade? But it was my first real boyfriend. So we dated for a while, and because we're in 7th grade, it gets awkward, and I don't know, you can't do much because you're still boys are kind of weird, and both incredibly shy and nervous and don't really know what to do because we're each other's first real boyfriend and girlfriend. And so we hugged. Yeah, we hugged. And there were times where I remember I was at the end of 7th grade. He told my friend that he was going to kiss me at his end of the year school party. And I've been wanting to kiss him for a while, but when she told me that, I started freaking out, and I was like, no, I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready for my first kiss yet. I'm not ready. And so she quickly pulled him aside. It's like, hey, that kiss you're going to give her? Don't do it yet. And so he and I were still dating, and we went on dates every once in a while. We were texting back and forth, and we would text every day, and he was sweet, and I liked him, and he gave me butterflies. And but then in 8th grade, so our relationship carried over from 7th grade into 8th grade. And then in 8th grade, he wanted to make, he was a little too handsy at school. And, you know, you have those teachers who kind of just stand in the corridor and in the hallways and make sure you're not being handsy in school. And so, and I was a good girl. Like, I did not want any trouble. I did not want to get caught. I did not want a referral. I followed the rules. I still follow the rules. What am I talking about? I'm a good girl. I follow the rules. I don't get in trouble. Like, I might do something and then I feel really bad for it and I own up to it. Like, I don't get in trouble. And if I do something, like, it's something very minimal. It's not something big. So yeah, my English, because we had lunch together, so we'd eat lunch together, and then he would walk me back up to my class, and then he would go down his class. And so I think he hugged me, or like we were like holding hands in the corridor, and then down the hallway, and then he hugged me. I think that's what happened. I don't know. Because, like, I don't remember exactly what happened. But anyways, my teacher looked at me with, like, very disapproving. She's like, don't do that. You can't do that. Not at school. And so I got very, like, upset and kind of nervous. And so I texted him about it, and I told him, like, hey, this is fine, but we can't do this at school. And he got very, like, upset about this, and we got in a fight and we broke up. And again, of course, this was over text. And he's like, I think we should just break. Oh, no. It was over FaceTime. We were FaceTime. I texted him, told him that we needed to talk. And they FaceTimed each other. And then I, like, talked about it. I was like, hey, like, I like following the rules. Oh, this is forever ago. I'm, like, remembering bits and pieces. It's like, hey, like, I like following the rules. Like, the teacher got really mad at me and I felt really embarrassed, and I don't want that to happen. Like, I don't want to get a referral. Like, I was going to get a referral, but I don't want to get a referral, or I don't want, like, detention. Like, can we just not at school? And he got kind of like, it's like, oh, so you're breaking up with me. I'm like, no, I'm not breaking up with you. I want to work this out. Like, I still want to date you. I still really like you, but we just can't do that at school. And he didn't understand that, and he said, well, I guess we're done, we're breaking up. And I got really upset and really sad. And then people, like, started coming around to us, and they're like, why did y'all break up? And I was like, I honestly don't even know. I don't know why we broke up. And they would ask him, and he would say, I don't know. I honestly don't know why I broke up with her. And then they would come back and tell me, and I was like, I still really like this guy, you know? And so, you know, slowly we started talking to each other again, and we were like, we'll just work it out, we'll be friends again. And, I mean, because initially I was heartbroken over this, because I really liked him, and this is my first boyfriend, and I never thought I would be the one to get dumped, because with all my 5th and 6th grade boyfriends, I was the dumper, not the dumpy. So this was all new to me, and but, you know, I quickly got over. I mean, eventually, not quickly, but eventually I got over it, and he and I became friends again, because we started out as friends, and then again it became flirtatious, and he was like, why did we even break up? And I said, I don't even know. I don't know why we broke up. And he said, well, let's get back together. And I said, yes, definitely, let's get back together. So we got back together, but that did not last long. I don't know why. I don't know if I started, like, looking at other, like, guys, or I started to realize this guy isn't. I think I got over, like, the honeymoon phase, and I wasn't as, like, I still liked him, but I wasn't as into him as I used to be, and I thought, you know, like, this is just work now. It's not fun anymore, because we've been together for a long ass time. Because we were together for, like, 7 months before we broke up, and then we got back together again. And I mean, at this point, you know, we're still hugging and only holding hands. We haven't even kissed yet. And but I was getting to that point where like I was like, I'm in 8th grade now. I'm 13. No, I wasn't even 13 yet. I was no, I was 13. I was 13 because I turned 13 in 7th grade. Yeah, that's how that works. So I was 13, almost 14, and I was like, you know what? I'm ready for my first kiss. And so he and I, we went to a park, and it wasn't just him and I, like we went with a big group of our friends because we had a big friend group, and we were gonna go play soccer because I used to play soccer, and he was on the soccer team, and his friend was in the soccer team with him, and I was friends with his friend, and so I was like, oh, we'll just go to the park and we'll play soccer. It would be girls against boys, and it was fun. And then we're all getting ready to leave, and he kind of pulled me aside and stopped me. I kind of let it slip to him through my friend, not to him, but I like told my friend like, hey, I want my first kiss. I want to kiss him. And so she like kind of like is like, hey, Madison wants to kiss you. And so and he was all excited. He's like, yeah, finally, like we get a kiss. And so we're at the park, and you know, we're doing that awkward goodbye because we both know what's coming, and we're both like, we're really excited for it, but like never done it before because it's my first kiss and it's his first kiss, and we're just like kind of in this like nervous little bubble. And let's remember, at this point I'm only kind of using him so I can get my first kiss. I don't really like him anymore. Like, I'm kind of over the whole relationship thing, so because I'm bored, but you know, I wanna get my first kiss done and over with. I want to have it. And that sounds terrible. It sounds like a slut. Oh my god, saying that out loud. Oh, that sounds really bad. But it's true. I did. So I mean, it's just a first kiss. It's not like I'm doing anything else. So, ooh, all right. So we're in this. We both know what's coming. We're in this nervous like air, and then he's like, "Okay, so bye." And then he leans in, and he kisses me, and okay, it wasn't good. It wasn't good. We kiss, and because we both know what we're doing, of course. Like, it's both of our first kisses. Like, none of us know what we're doing. And it wasn't a French kiss. It was like I'm just going to hold your lips against mine. And not do, yeah. We basically just pursed our lips and then held it against each other's for like 3 seconds. That was about it. And I felt nothing. I felt all this like butterflies like leading up towards it, because this is it. I'm gonna have my first kiss, and then it happened, and then I'm like, this sucks. This is not good. This is not what I thought it was gonna be at all, and I was so disappointed, and you know, all that anxious energy kind of just like had no release. It just felt depressed, and so like literally I felt nothing. I mean, I don't know. And like I said at the beginning, everyone's first kiss is not good, but I'm sure other people felt something. I mean, maybe not, I don't know. I'm sure people were like me where they felt nothing, because it was nothing. It felt like I was just like kissing a flat surface. Like, I felt like there was no one at the end of it, you know? So, yeah. But, so we pull away, and then he leans in and kisses me again, and it's the exact same thing. It's a little bit better, because I know that it's coming, so I know what to like expect. So I know not to put my expectations up really high again. But again, it's nothing. I felt nothing, and so I was kind of like, yep, this is kind of it. But then I was like, I mean, we'll work it out. We'll figure it out. Like, it's both our first kisses. You get better with practice, so we can just work it out in practice. And like I said, like, this was my first boyfriend. I didn't see any other guys I could possibly be with. I didn't know I didn't have to be with a boy. I thought I had to have a boyfriend. So even though I was the only one of my friends who actually had a boyfriend, like, no one else did. And so I don't know why I thought that, but I did, because I was like, oh, well, I have one, I better keep it. So, but then, okay. My boyfriend at this, or my ex-boyfriend, but my boyfriend in this period, he had lots of facial acne. He was cute if, the acne wasn't there, but he had these massive breakouts, and it all kind of clustered on his chin. And I mean, I got acne too. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I got acne too, but typically they were like on my forehead. And I got breakouts, but like they weren't as like bad as his. Like, he probably needed to go on like some real like high medicine for that. And like Accutane or something. Not I mean, if you have really bad acne, like, I'm not like trying to have a go at you, but like, I'm just saying, like, he had real bad acne and he needed to have something prescribed for him for it, because it was bad. Like, he was gonna scar. And so one day I look in the mirror and there's a big zit right fucking here, right on my chin. And like I said, I never had chin pimples before. This was like 2 or 3 days after we kissed. So I thought the only, like, and it was like a full on zit. Like, I think I had like a red spot, like, but I thought it was like nothing. But then it was a full on, like, biggest zit I've ever had anywhere. I mean, I had zits to my face, but like, you know what I mean? The biggest zit I've ever had. And I never had, like I said, I never had zits that big, and I never had zits on my chin. They were always on my forehead and my T-zone. So I was like, of course, this came from my boyfriend, who I kissed, because when we kissed, because both of our faces are coming together, and then his oily, nasty, pimply chin brushed up against mine, and it put its oils and nasty grossness on my chin, and then therefore now I have a zit on my chin. Because, like, if you have like zits on your forehead and then you like wipe it and then you like wipe something else, you'll get like zits there too. Like, because oil just creates zits, and I don't know how to tell y'all how that works, because you probably already know. But yeah, and so I was like, okay, well, this is it. I'm done. I don't want to date this guy anymore, because when he kisses me, I'll get a zit. So that was basically, I took that as a sign that I needed to break up with him, and it was done and over with. And it took me a couple days to finally like get up the courage to, to go up and like tell him, hey, I'm breaking up with you. But I finally did, and I did it nicely. We were at my locker, and I was like, and at this point, this is our second time dating. We only lasted about 2.5 months. So when we first started dating, it was like 6, 7, maybe 8 months. And then our second time dating, it was only like 2 months, maybe 2.5 months of dating. And we had that like 3 months break in the middle. So yeah, and so it's so ironic that this was the guy that when I first broke up with him, like, I was, like, when he, oh, not when I first, sorry, not when I first broke up with him, but when he first broke up with me, I was so upset, like, I was crying, like, I went downstairs right after we broke up, and I was in a fit of tears, and my mom was like, what happened? I was like, he just broke up with me, and I'm bawling my eyes out, and it was a whole ordeal, and, but now, it's kind of ironic that, like, we got back together, and then this time, I'm like, I need to get rid of him, like, I'm done, I'm over it, I don't like him, he gave me a zit, he's a bad kisser, I'm done, I'm bored, and so I did it nicely. I was like, we can still be friends, and we were friends. And even in 9th grade, he asked me out to be his. He didn't ask me out, but he asked me to be his homecoming date, and I did, and we went together as friends. We're not friends anymore, though. That went down. Eventually, after a while, yeah, we weren't friends anymore. But that's a different story. Maybe for a different day, maybe not. It depends on how I'm feeling. Because that's an intense story. But, yeah, so, basically, my first boyfriend, we got together, we broke up, we got together, we kissed, I got a zit, and then I broke up with him. Ta-da! So, if you have any other experiences very similar to mine, please comment down below. I would love to read all your experiences, or not even just similar to mine. If you just have an interesting, this is my first kiss experience, leave it in the comment section down below. I would love to read all your guys' situations and what happened. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And hopefully we can do more stuff like this in the future and do more story times, because I have lots of stories I could tell ya. So yeah. Please give it a big thumbs up, and I'll see you in, not next week, but the other week. Because it's Lauren's week next week. Yeah! Or actually, wait, you know what? She might not even post. Because we have homecoming next week. Oh no, she might. She might. We'll see. I don't know. So, maybe Lauren will post next week, maybe she won't, but I will definitely see you the first week of November. Yeah. Alright. This is Cupid signing off. Thank you guys for listening to my awful story.